Hey, curious. Very good, but brick don't hit back. Now I have a machine gun. Come with me if you wanna live. If you know any of these phrases, you probably grew up with one of the funniest types of movies Earthlings have ever created: action movies. Today we're going to find out how some of these stars who were part of this universe of action movies in the 90s and in the 2000s are doing. And with that, remembering good times when we saw these actors. So, without further ado, let's try to save Earth before it's too late. Starting with Jean-Claude Van Damme, the big star of memorable movies like Bloodsport, Universal Soldier, and Kickboxer. Bolo Yeung has been a star since Bruce Lee, who was his martial arts teacher, but his big breakout role was as the villain Chong Li in Bloodsport. The legendary Sylvester Stallone is famous for many outstanding characters and big franchises like Rambo in First Blood and Rocky. Gone in 60 Seconds, Con Air, and Face Off are just some of the great movies by Nicolas Cage, now 58 years old. Jackie Chan has great movies in both the Chinese face and the Hollywood face. Police Story and Rush Hour are two great examples of this. Tom Cruise is already a legend in action movies. His performances in the Mission Impossible franchise are a staple of action movies. Vin Diesel is very famous to this day for the Fast and the Furious franchise, but he also made movies like Triple X and The Chronicles of Riddick. Mel Gibson was the star of legendary Earthling pop culture movies like Mad Max and Lethal Weapon. Will Smith is perhaps best remembered these days for his dramatic roles that even won him an Oscar, but he has outstanding roles in movies like Bad Boys and Men in Black. The famous The Rock has already become a recurring name in action movies, and since the 2000s he has appeared in movies such as The Scorpion King and Doom. Jet Li is one of the most famous names in action movies with a lot of beating. Once Upon a Time in China and Romeo Must Die are just some of his most famous movies. Dolph Lundgren is one of the most famous names in action movies of the last few decades. He has had landmark roles in films such as Rocky IV and Universal Soldier. Liam Neeson has a particular set of skills in his movies, and is remembered to this day for legendary movies like Deadpool and Taken. Chuck Norris has become a meme for how badass he is in his movies. Since his movies with Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris has made other legendary movies like Missing in Action. Keanu Reeves is already famous for a lot of action movies these days, but since the 90s he was already in classic movies like Speed and Matrix. Arnold has been synonymous with action movies for a very long time. He has a huge amount of movies in his history like Conan the Destroyer, True Lies, and The Terminator. Wesley Snipes has been in some of the best action movies ever made by humans. Demolition Man, Passenger 57, and Blade are just a few of these legendary movies. Jason Statham to this day is very active in action movies. Snatch, The One and the Transporter are just a few of these great movies. Danny Glover has an extensive and successful career in various types of movies. He participated in movies like Escape from Alcatraz, Predator 2, and Lethal Weapon. Bruce Willis is another one with a long list of action movies in his career. He has been in films like The Fifth Element, The Siege, and perhaps most famously, the Die Hard franchise. This was just the first part of Action Stars Then Now. Don't forget about the other big stars here, the like and the subscribe. This way you help this video to reach other planets that need to know these action stars. And so, in Action Stars Part 2, maybe I'll be back. Now I need to say goodbye before the Jamaican spies find me here. See you in the next video. Over and out.